Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Shredberg here with Meatboy106. I got on commentary with me Killing Pepsi. What's up, Pepsi?
What's up?
All right, so this is Meatboy106. 106. We're doing everything in the game. We're not just doing part of it, we're doing everything. So I think we can probably just start explaining things as the run gets going, because it's a decently paced one. So I'll give a countdown. So timer on 3. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Meat Boy indie platformer came out 2010, so we're like 5 months or 6 months away from a decade ago. So Meat Boy, just at its base, is a run and jump platformer. I'm going to be trying to beat every level of the game. They have the collectibles, which are bandages. There's 20 of those each chapter. As you saw there, I will sometimes pause at the beginning. Or not, just actually in the middle of levels or anything. That's called auto jump. What I do is I press jump. I hold jump while pressing pause, unpause, and then I'm going to be jumping on every single frame. And then I got these warp zones. Here, actually, Pepsi, you can explain some warp zones for me.
Yeah, warp zones, there's 4 in every chapter for the first 5 chapters. 3 in the light side and 1 in the dark side. Right here is one of the normal ones. There's 2 normal ones and 1 character zone also. And then in the dark version, there's just a normal one also.
But yeah, you can see me there again using that auto jump. So again, jumps every single frame. So it's faster than even humans would be able to do it. Like, let's say you could press jump, frame perfectly. It still would be faster. So TAS does it all throughout the run. I'm also trying to, as I'm getting these bandages, get it to where I'm under what's called an A+ time. So each level has like a goal time for you to beat it at. And I need to be doing that for all of the light levels. The dark ones, it's fine if I miss it because there's nothing else to unlock. It doesn't count for score, but I need to get it for A+. So this warp zone, as Pepsi explained, there's a character warp zone. This is Commander Video from the hit series Bit Trip. He's a cool guy. Love him as a character. Unfortunately, in this game, kind of slow. He has a hover mechanic that, in theory, is cool, but he's slow. So say goodbye to Mr. Video. And yeah, we're just on our way. Is there any other mechanics I need to explain, Pepsi?
Doesn't look like it.
Nice.
We're rolling through here.
We're rolling through. Yeah, it starts out with Forest. Forest is real fast. We're already like 75% of the way through it. But a lot of these levels, so there's like 300 something, including like warp zone levels and bosses. Oh, this is a cool strat. Oh, nice slide there. Slides are weird. Maybe I'll explain one later, but they're funky. But yeah, it's a cool strat. But anyways, there's about 300 something levels throughout the entire run. So this speed run, you beat a level. For my pace, it's every like 15 seconds on average. So that includes downtime, very long levels and stuff like that. So it's just like an extremely fast-paced run. But yeah, again, auto jump, you can see how fast you climb up things. It's insane. And then right here on this level, I'm gonna try to beat a cycle here in the center of this level. There we go, nice. It's a good forest so far. And then right here, there's a thing called storage jump where this one's funky. If you notice, I landed on a wall. I auto jump at the beginning of the level, and it's if the whole point of me doing the auto jump there was pointless because I forgot the bandage. But anyways, it's as if I jumped off of a wall, but I was actually like jumping off of the air. So when you touch Bandage Girl, your previous position was stored there. I'll go into that a little bit later as there's some other levels that it makes a little bit more sense. It's a lot easier to see it when you have like a visual cue for it. But this is Little Slugger. This song is an absolute jam. Like, it's got one of the solo for it is amazing, but you gotta get like past 30 seconds of the song to hear it, and it cuts off like 25 seconds in, so you don't get to hear it. You get to see the build up and everything. I mean, technically you could hear it in a speed run, but you don't want to. All right, so for the routing of this game, I just did completed all of the light side of Forest, but we're gonna go back and we're going to do the dark side. The routing for this game, the way that we do it is we want to get 50 bandages as soon as possible, because bandages unlock different characters. So there's the character warp zones that unlock them, and then there's bandage character unlocks. And we really like the character that we unlock with 50 bandages. So once we get that character, we're going to use them for the rest of the run. So the fastest way to do that is to do light and dark hospital, or not hospital, forest, light hospital, light salt factory, and then we go back to dark hospital. It just ends up being the fastest way. We're also going to make a detour in salt factory. That's pretty interesting, but talk about that when we get there. And then through this, Pepsi, do you want to explain Glitch Girl?
Yes, I would love to. The biggest part of this category, 106%, is there's a lot of randomness compared to all the other categories. There's a lot of randomness in every category, but like in particular this one, because you have to find one Glitch Girl in each of the first 6 chapters. So the chances of getting her at the end of the level are your chapter completion percent over 2001, and after you've 100% of the chapter, if you still haven't gotten her, it's a 1 in 11 chance when you're grinding.
Yeah, so that ends up being about 50-50 on, like, what we want to do is as we're playing through the chapter, we want to unlock Glitch Girl. That way we don't have to basically replay levels trying to find her. But it's about 50-50 that happens. So throughout it's really not like an RNG heavy category per se. But there's a lot of reliance on RNG. It's really said there's only like one place in the run, maybe 2, where you really are, like, you could lose a run to the RNG. Yeah. The dark chapters too, they tend to like really fly by because there's only the one warp zone. You're just kind of going through it. There's Glitch Girl to worry about, of course, as we explained, but like I'm already, again, like 3/4 through this. There's like a ton of skips and cycle skips I'm doing. It's, again, I like the pace of these runs is insane, so it's hard to really explain the strats that I'm doing. Like right there, I went between 2 saw blades that you have to be on like a particular cycle to hit, but there's like 3-4 things on each level that sort of go into exactly what you do. All right, so, oh, okay, cool, that's good.
Oh, that's on the way.
Yeah, I would prefer it at the next level, but this one's good too. There's like 2 fast levels when it comes to it. One is the very last level of a chapter, because then you cut down on another like level entry that I'm gonna have to do here. And then another one is a level where there's a warp zone. I'll get into that later because it's actually like really complicated to explain, but they can be up to 20 seconds faster.
Yeah, we're not going to complain if we find her on the way, but there's a few we'd prefer to get her on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and so that's Forest. Already done. This is a good run. So now we're going to Hospital. Hospital ramps up the difficulty a little bit compared to Forest and adds a few things. There's these needle pits that we have to worry out for, and yeah, we're just going to be playing with Meat Boy, going fast.
There's a bit more verticality in these stages too, so you'll see a lot of flying up and down, avoiding saws.
Definitely. Right here, I'm going to try to use auto jump to like get a boost to do a little nope, I missed it. Yeah, so instead of jumping on that wall, you can get it to where you go on that fan to the right. But I missed it, which isn't a big deal. It's only like a half second faster. But this is even 106%. Like a half second's a lot of time in this. You want to get all of those half seconds that you can. All right.
Oh yeah, also fans.
Fans. They're kind of funky. They work as you would expect. Like you get in the middle of them and they shoot you forward. But I think that your momentum like changes a little bit based off of like how far to the center you're in. I don't know. All right, so now we're going to unlock the character Jill from the hit game, The Mighty Jill Off. Shoutouts to Back, aka Back _, aka Watch Your Back, for having the 100% world record in Mighty Jill Off. Yeah, you can clap for that. You can clap for that. Yeah, what a guy. Oh, and Spelunky legend.
Oh my god.
Too good, the dude. too good. All right. Oh, whoops. All right, I'm not gonna do that strat. So there's a strat that I'm learning for any percent that saves like 0.3 seconds that I went for the setup for. I probably could have gotten it. I don't want to lose 7 seconds to do something that saves 0.3 and 106. It's not worth it. 106, a lot of what you're doing is trying to save time on average rather than like do the things that save like 0.1 and 0.2. Any percent, like 0.3 is a lot of time. 106, not so much.
It's pretty flexible threading too, which makes it especially fun.
Although I like how I just said a half second's a lot of time, and I'm like 0.3, that's not much time. But it matters what the potential time loss is. Now this is actually my favorite warp zone. Like right here, I get to jump between 2 saw blades, and it makes me feel cool. And then I'm gonna use auto jump to like just barely not hit saws. I thought I missed that. Neat. All right, so right here I'm gonna set up, or going into the next level, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna do some menuing really quick. So if you look at the timer in the top left, you're gonna notice that it's gonna be 0.00. Now I explained earlier, I need to get A+ to unlock the dark side levels. But when you get bandages, a lot of them, oh no. That's a bad death. A lot of them are too long to get the bandages and get the A+ at the same time. This is one of those. I'm gonna take this slow. I think that's my first death. Isn't it like first or second? It's pretty good.
Pretty sure.
This is a great start. But yeah, so this lets me play the level once. If I didn't do the timer glitch, what would happen is I would have to play it, get the A+, so that's about 6 seconds, and then I would have to replay it and get the bandage. So by doing timer glitch, I save about 6 seconds on that level. We're gonna do it like 6 or 7 times throughout the run.
Yeah, we don't have to abuse it as much as you might think. So it saves like a minute though overall, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of that too is because since you don't have to A+ on the dark levels at all, like, although I think there's only like 3 dark levels where you don't get A+. Like the only one on the top of my head I can think of is 319 X.
Yeah.
And even then you can do it. My strat's just a little bit safe, so it doesn't get it. All right, this is a warp zone. This warp zone always trolls me, so I'm glad that it's going well for now. Actually, I should probably finish it before. I always say like, oh, this is going well in the middle of it, and then something goes wrong. So maybe I should, yeah.
Another thing we should probably explain with the timer glitch is that once you press like the exit the menu or even like exit the title, everything else like loads in the level, like Meat Boy and like all the hazards load. So like cycles are continuing while you're paused. So it can affect things pretty greatly.
Yeah, especially when we get to Larry, who's the Chapter 5 boss. It makes it to where you can affect the RNG of it a little bit. But
this level too.
Yep, you do it on this level. All right, okay. This is serious time right now. Oh my God, all right. Oh, there's another skill. Oh, I missed it. That's fine. Yeah, you can clap for that.
Oh, okay.
No, it's fine. I was just worried about the first one. That death is like a super long one. It's you don't like to see it, but it's happened a lot. I was on a run the other day that was like whoa, what? Okay. I was on PB pace out of something, even with a death on that. It's like, again, like a 20-second death. You don't want to see it.
Well, you didn't clip through that block again.
I did not clip through the block again. That threw me off so bad. All right, so now we're going to Chad. So Chad is like a cycle-based boss. There's supposed to be 3 different cycles to him, one at the bottom, one in the middle, one at the top. So you get a key, you're supposed to wait and then till the cycle's over and then whatever. So we're gonna do sort of a cycle skip on this. So I died. So actually that's a good way to show it, is that just off screen there's a death plane. We want to jump to where we go above this and not hit that death plane like that, and then grab this key so that the screen never stops moving. Oh gosh, oh no. I need to practice Chad.
Oh, no.
Chad is clearly the most difficult boss in the game. So this is what happens to every runner. during this point. Don't ask any other runner that, because just trust me on my word there. All right. So that's hospital. We're gonna go, instead of, I explained earlier, we did both light and dark forest. We're gonna go to Salt Factory now, instead of going directly to Dark Salt. So actually, our Dark Hospital. I'm gonna do something interesting here. I'm actually gonna enter as Alien Hominid from the hit game Alien Hominid. Then I'm gonna switch characters and then do timer glitch. If I were to enter as Meat Boy, you wouldn't be able to pause in time to do the timer glitch. If you enter as a different character, you can quickly pause the game so you can do the timer glitch. If I just entered as Meat Boy, I'd have to die, and that takes about a second or two longer.
Some nice small optimization.
Yeah. It's the only place that it's used. I'll sometimes use it if I miss a warp zone in Light Hospital. I'll enter with Head Crab at the time. Oh, that's right. This also has Head Crab from the hit game Half-Life Alyx.
Who's this handsome character?
Oh, oh man. This is the biggest cutie in video games. This is Joseph from the hit game Machinarium. He's got like a double jump ability. It's supposed to be like a hover, but basically your second jump sort of just manipulates your velocity strat. So if you press jump quickly in succession, you get what's called a super jump, and we're going to use that a bunch. Also, if you walk off platforms, you regain your jump, so you can sort of do the super jumps in midair. But yeah, he's a total cutie. The pitter patter of his feet, it can't be beat. All right, this is my least favorite warp zone in the game. The second level's fine. It's the last level. And also, one thing you'll want to see is it's going to look like I'm just going to run off the screen to my death. But this game's funky in the sense that some levels have... Oh, gosh, I missed it. Please? There we go. There's actually a glitch girl off screen. And we ended the level on that glitch girl. Why is there 2 glitch girls on that level? I have no clue. I think the theory is that with the level editor, sometimes it's really easy to accidentally place down objects. And so maybe they did that and they just forgot that it was there. That's not even the only level. There's plenty of levels that have multiple glitch girls. Just most of the time, you would only be able... You can't really see them. Or you can't really use them, I guess, is the better way to put it.
This warp zone also teaches you something cool, that jumping from a wall gives you just a tiny bit more height than just a normal jump, which is pretty useful throughout the run.
Yep. And so now I'm going into Dark Salt instead of continuing Light Salt. Oh, I missed. I was trying to go for a skip there. The reason why oh no. Whatever. The reason why I do this is we want to get those 50 bandages as quickly as possible. Hello? Please grab bandage. Thank you. These 3 levels that I'm about to do in Dark Salt all have bandages in them, and they're all like not that much faster with the character we're about to unlock. So please, we're gonna do them with Joseph really quick, and it's gonna give us 3 bandages. So instead of unlocking Nyjah, which is the character we're going to unlock, it'd be like 216 or something like that. In Dark Hospital, we're going to unlock it in 2-8X in Hospital. So you get like 8 extra levels, which saves quite a bit of time. It's like double digits in terms of seconds saved on that route.
It's been like 6 years since this category was in the GDQ, and the route is so different.
Oh yeah, drastically. All right, so if you're worried about Joseph being gone and me playing as Meat Boy, don't worry, he'll be back soon. I'm just as distraught as you guys are that there's no... Oh, whoops. That's not the strat.
It works.
It works. All right, you know, I think actually... The rest of this is just kind of playing through this. We're going to play as Joseph, and then we're going to get there. So there's probably enough time for a donation or 2.
Absolutely, I got you covered. We got $5 from Xanagear, who says, shout out to my favorite Mario Sunshine fan, Shredberg.
Oh,
Absolute
man.
legend. Proud of you, man.
Mario Sunshine's a game, all right, dude. Oh man, it's coming up later. There's a incentive for that. I'd love to see it as a huge Sunshine fan. I'd love to see that.
The world's biggest Sunshine fan.
The world's
yes.
biggest, yes.
We've got $100 from Snackery, who says, I'm so glad to see GDQ is running a COVID relief event. Here's to the Doom Eternal bonus game. We've actually got that incentive coming up as well. We've got a lot going on. Doom Eternal incentive is coming up. Mario Sunshine coming up. Another one here, $25 from I Want Mugman. Choo choo for Mugman.
Choo choo.
That incentive is ending very soon. I believe Mugman is currently in the lead, so please do donate for Mugman. He's my favorite.
All right, so right there I just did a skip where normally you have to wait for those blocks to go away, but if you do a somewhat precise jump using auto jump to help you out, you can skip that. So there's one thing that I actually haven't been explaining this whole time. There's a thing called sprint jump, and it helps you basically affect your momentum in air. So what you do is right before you jump off of a wall, you let go of the sprint button, you jump off of the wall, and then you press sprint again. So what that does is it affects your momentum. You jump off of the wall and you kick out you would kick out really far. But if you do a sprint jump, you stay inside. So I just skipped that whole boss doing a sprint jump. Normally you'd hit a death plane out there, but I sprint jumped and it becomes really easy. So it's normally like a 25-second race, really fun actually, but we don't got time for that. Now we're entering Dark Hospital.
Oh yeah, real quick, in about 5 levels, there's going to be a small flashing lights warning. Let you know when it's over. It's not too bad, but
yeah,
make sure we get the
it'll only
warning
be
out.
there for like 20 seconds, but if you're sensitive to that, it is a good warning to have. But yeah, just playing through these 3 levels, and then unfortunately, our time with Joseph is going to be over shortly, which I know.
Bible fun.
All right, let's really use this rest of this time with Joseph wisely. Gonna miss
Get
you,
some
man.
Bible thumbs in chat, please.
Bible thumbs, please.
So sad.
Man, try not to get too emotional personally, but all right. So normally we would get the warp zone first, but there's 2 reasons why we don't do the warp zone first on that one. Oh yeah, flashing lights warning, by the way. All right. Again, I'll take like 30 seconds as long as I don't keep dying. I normally play this on low detail, but which like saves on load time. Hello? But I'm playing it on high detail for the fans. And it actually is kind of throwing me off because the bricks look totally different here. So
Yeah, that's weird.
So I game overed because of that. This is actually one of the easier warp zones, so that's actually kind of unfortunate. But yeah, they look totally different. So my like visual cue on when to do things is thrown off. This should be the only level that it throws it off, at least here. But yeah, that's really the big part of it. There's still some flashing lights, but they're tiny, so that part's over, luckily. But yeah, playing through, so normally do it on low detail, which saves some time on loads. It probably is like 20 seconds faster for 106, but like, it kind of looks jank. So figured I would, do it high detail again for the fans. But I didn't realize that some of my visual cues would get a little bit messed up. But look at those light rays, man. You don't see that.
So good.
Beautiful stuff. All right, this one's got a fun skip right here. And we're also at 49 bandages, please. So that's gonna be our 50th once we complete the level. And oh my gosh, we got Nyjah from the hit Derek U game. Aquaria, is that what it is? Aquaria, something like that. I don't know, I've never played it.
Probably.
But it plays exactly like this. Nyjah is like a jump and dash character, and you can even use the dash to, clip through walls, like so. But yeah, so essentially the dash works very, very odd. Oh God, no. All right, so unlike a lot of dash characters, your dash is actually based off of a bunch of different aspects. First of all, it's based off of the direction you're facing. That one's pretty basic. The second thing is it's based off of your velocity. So basically what it does is it takes your velocity vector and it adds that, whoops. All right, it adds your velocity vector to a predetermined vector based off your position. So I hope that you guys remembered your physics, because you got to be big brain physics boy to know Nyjah. Or girl, actually. Whatever you want to be. You just got to have a big brain. Go ahead, Pepsi.
Should also mention, what is it, like, Nyjah can't sprint, so she just has a normal run, and then her controls are like really heavy, so she turns super slow, so she's really hard to get used to, but so fun to play with.
Yeah, other than levels like that, we're gonna try to just be dashing the whole time with it. But one thing that you might see that's very different from any other like jump and dash character, like Celeste from the hit game Madeline. This one you can actually like change your momentum in air, so you can do 180-degree turns in air, so that lets you do like a bunch of wacky stuff. Like right here, look at that. Just gonna turn around with the dash. All right, let me concentrate on this level. This is like my least favorite level in the game.
There's a lot of half blocks, so it's really, really janky.
Yeah. I'm also bad at it. Oh gosh, whoops. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a few more levels. Again, we need Glitch Girl since this is a dark level. You get Glitch... Whoops. I've never done that. Oh my god. I didn't hear Glitch Girl, so I died. Yeah, you get unlock Glitch Girl by beating the boss. Hello? Yeah, Nyjah can be a real difficult to control, because like in order to do 180s and turns, you want to do that within the first like 5 or 10 frames. I forget exactly how long it is. Oh my gosh, trying to do a cycle skip here. Please. What I'm trying to do is a bunch of what's called super dashes, and they're where you... I keep missing them. You let go of jump the same... No, you let go of dash the same frame that you jump, something like that. And it gives you more momentum. All right, still no Glitch Girl. This Dark Hospital. Actually, you know what? This is like a normal Dark Hospital for me. This is like my biggest reset point, I think. Other than Light Forest. Because I'm never satisfied with the Light Forest time. All right, so since we did not get Glitch Girl, we're going to have to go to a level, and we're going to have to die until she shows up. All right. Let's go.
All right.
So again, 1 in 11 chance. This is kind of bad RNG. We choose this level to grind on because you can see Glitch Girl at the beginning, and it's really fast to die with. All right. So just finishing this up, and then that's it with Dark Hospital. Now for the rest of the route, it's almost like the player's preference on what they want to do. There's almost no difference in the timing, maybe a second or so from the timing of what you do next. I'm going to do, actually it's more than that, it's like 5, but it doesn't matter. I choose to do Light Hell next instead of doing like Dark Salt. And that's going to save me like 5 seconds later in the run, but it's not a huge deal. But yeah, this is a lot of just using Nyjah. I used Nyjah here all but 3 levels, I think. It's just dashing up things a lot faster than with Meat Boy. I think that this level, like with Nyjah, you save like upwards to a minute or so. I'm sure that with like my Nyjah skills are like intermediate. I do a lot of things that like take a lot of time to learn, but there's nothing that I do that's like super advanced. Nyjah can get crazy. Like the amount of actions per minute that you can do on some of those strats are insane. It's stuff that I still need to learn, but it's even without, whoops. All right, I'm good. Even without those, you can do, whoops, that's not what you do. You can do stuff like that. All right, heading up to the first warp zone of this. Yeah, actually, if you have a donation, that would be a good time, I think.
I do indeed. I've got $25 from Strike CZ, who says, "Let's go, Super Speed Boy."
Heck yeah. One thing, look, I'm just jumping off of these. You can jump off of those. If you didn't know that on your casual playthrough, I don't blame you, but just an FYI, you can jump off of those. Oh gosh. Oh no.
I can see you on this level for once.
Yeah, the high detail makes it look visible. High detail looks so nice. I'd play the game like this every single time if it didn't lose time. That's the give and take with RTA for sure. How's a... I don't actually know why I died there. I guess I was early, but I didn't feel early. This level after this, coming up, it's got this fun skip where you go underneath here. Oh no. It's like somewhat tricky because you need to get close enough but not hit the wall. Yeah, there we go. Even with those 2 deaths, that was faster by like a second than going. Normally you have to go up and get a key, but we're just gonna skip it. There we go. So if you notice that I'm dying a lot, that's normal. Whoops. All right, I'm gonna have to do another route here. Oh, nope, I messed it up. That's normal. Even like the world record has like 40 something deaths, and that's extremely low. You basically, instead of doing things to not die, you go fast. You try not to die, obviously. We don't want to die. But you go fast so that when you do die, it doesn't matter as much. And one thing actually that I'm gonna do, because I am personally fortunate enough to not be super affected by coronavirus in terms of stuff, I'm gonna be donating $1 per death. So if you guys in chat wanna donate even like 10 cents a death, at the end of the run I'm gonna look at my deaths and gonna do that. I'm trying to die as little as possible, but we'll, you know, gotta die enough for charity, you know what I mean? Right, Pepsi?
I totally agree with him.
Yeah. This level, we skip a cycle by doing auto jump here at the beginning. It looks kind of scary, but it actually, like, there's a bunch of, the one thing that I really love about speedrunning, to just go on a tangent, is that there's a bunch of things and you see it and you're like, that's so cool, that looks so hard. And then you do it and you're like, that was actually easier than anything that I had done casually. And this game in particular has a lot of those. Oh, whoops, that's wrong. I did that like it was the dark side version. All right, so here I'm doing a timer glitch, and I'm gonna be clipping on the other side. If you look to the left, there's a bandage. So normally you'd have to go back and forth on this level. But if I do a super dash, please, Nyjah? Nyjah. All right, we'll get it this time. Again, super dashes are a frame perfect type of dash. It helps you get more momentum, and that helps you do clips. That's not supposed to, please, Nyjah? It's supposed to clip. They patched it. Oh no. All right, this one for sure.
This one for sure.
Next, we got it. Yeah, you can clip through the wall there, and then you can fall back down to the bandage. All right, this one, that dash at the beginning is actually a little bit harder than it looks because there's half blocks are a thing, and half blocks actually help us do clips. You can technically do like clips on almost any corner. They're just really funky. It has to do with frame timing. Like, not every single frame is the same time in this game, but it just makes it inconsistent. So I only do corner block ones, and those make the clips a lot easier. Theirs just based off of your speed rather than frame timing. All right, this is Fly Wrench from the hit game Fly Wrench.
Yeah.
Pepsi, is this... Pepsi is actually a... Oh my gosh, nice death. A Fly Wrench legend. Is this exactly like the hit game Fly Wrench?
You have no idea, man.
Yeah, it's exactly like it. I bet I could speedrun Fly Wrench and get like a top time because of my Meat Boy Fly Wrench skills. Because they're exactly the same. All right. So we're about to enter, like, unironically, my favorite boss. It's gonna seem like I'm joking when you see how you play the boss. but it's actually my favorite. All right, so I'm gonna stand right here and I'm gonna jump 3 times, and that's gonna be all I'm gonna do. All right, there's jump 1. Okay, cool. Here's jump 2. Let's get it. It's pretty precise. You have roughly about a second to jump there, and if you don't jump within that second, you die. So I am gonna take this time though to take a sick Meat Boy run selfie, because Fims did that at the last GDQ run, and I want to be as cool as Fims. That's the one thing I want in my life. So hold up. What's up? There we go. I'll post that to twitter.com/shredberg later after the run. But yeah, we just stand there. If you have a couple donations now too, it'd be good.
I have a lot of donations. We've got $50 from Egdicator, who says, donation goes to the Doom Eternal incentive. While I wish we could rip and tear the coronavirus invading our world, I'm more than happy to donate to a cause that will keep our frontline corona slayers safe. We are actually still around $5,000 away from that Doom Eternal bonus game incentive, and you only have a handful of games left to get those donations in. So please, more towards Doom Eternal.
Yeah, let's get that, guys. So if you notice, I actually skipped the first level of this chapter. We'll get back to that in the dark version. There's a explanation for it where it's like not faster on average to do it, but it also is like it doesn't lose time, but normally it doesn't gain time. Well, actually it loses like a second, but normally it doesn't gain time, but it helps your RNG and stuff like that. But I'll explain once I get to Dark Rapture. There'll be a lot of time to explain there. But yeah, I'm going to be in a couple levels. I think Light Rapture I think is the hardest split in this game. Maybe not since I got rid of a warp zone as I play through it, because there's normally a warp zone in the level that I skip. But it has the kid. And if you've played this game, you may have spent literally hours trying to beat these 3 levels, because I know that I did. I left my system on overnight because there's no checkpoints in between. Like there are checkpoints, but if you turn the game off, you got to start from level 1. So it took me like hours to beat it, but we're gonna try to do it with minimal deaths. This is the one that's scary no matter what. Levels 1 and 3, like they're pretty consistent. They're not too challenging for me at this point. Like, I'll still die to them because it's Meat Boy and this game's hard. But this level right here, all right, this elevator in particular. Holy crap. Okay. Let's not blow it. Cool. The last elevator is really easy, but I've died on that like a handful of times, and you always feel really, really, really bad. All right, heck yeah, dude. First try kid, let's go. Let's go. All right, that's actually like really, I get Deathless Kid a lot. It still feels good every single time. It's just a hard warp zone. Oh, wait, I tried to go for a cycle skip there, but I barely missed it. This game is like, I don't want to say it's super cycle based, especially with Nyjah. A lot of it's just you're doing what you're doing, but there's a lot of cycles that we're skipping as a part of this. I guess it's actually 3 levels from now is what we're really trying to skip in terms of a cycle, but yeah. 4 or 5-8, I said 4. That jump at the end actually, it's kind of like the 4th elevator in Kid, where it's not hard at all, but it's kind of scary because you lose like 18 seconds if you die there, and you kind of feel dumb. All right. This one we gotta wait for a key. Oh no, that's fine. That didn't go. Okay, cool. I had to check that I got A+ there. These zombie boy things, abominations, whatever you want to call them, they're a bit RNG. So right there, that first death was like, I mean, I don't want to say it's not my fault, but I actually do want to say it's not my fault. None of these deaths are my fault.
It's not your fault, man.
Thank you, Pepsi. All right, cool. Now we're going to go into one of the couple warp zones I actually know the name of. This one's called Sunshine Island. And I remember the name because it just sounds very peaceful. And look, there's the sunshine. And look at the islands. Very
It's a
apt.
fun one to play.
Yeah, it is a fun one to play. The second one has some, like, ridiculous strats that I don't go for, unfortunately. The thing with 106 that's, like, really cool is that it seems like this is really hard. You might be watching this and thinking, wow, this guy is better at video games than I've ever seen a human being play. I know you guys are thinking that. I know for a fact. But well-known truth is, even though that's true, 106 is actually, like, really nice for beginners because there's a bunch of different strats that you can do to save time. And as long as you, like, try to minimize deaths, you can just keep saving time. So even though, like, getting a top time in this category is really, really, really difficult, this category is not as hard as it may seem on the surface. Just grinding down to get, like, a 2.5 hour, a 2 hour time is just really playing the category a bunch. Like, have a strat where you'll get A+, and get it consistently and just don't die, and you can beat 106 in a couple hours. Things like Kid, there's a few things that are really hard that'll trip you up, but for the most part, it actually, like, even though it might seem like this category is crazy, in a lot of ways it's more fun to grind, in my opinion at least, than, like, any percent, because you have consistent or not consistent, you have easier ways to save time. In any percent, it's a lot of, like, I'm going to do a strat that maybe I'll only get 75% of the time now, which for speedrunning, like, 75% tricks, you don't want to have too many of those in your run, because then you'll just keep grinding and grinding. But 106, you don't need as many of those. Or even if you do have the 75% ones, one death is not going to kill your run. Like, I've had some bad deaths here. If I played amazing and got great RNG, like, I could still PB on this. It won't PB, but I could. All right. We're getting to the end of this. So we're going to play everybody's least favorite boss. Oh, no. Larry in a minute. So Larry is, like, full RNG. The way that it's supposed to go is there's 3 worms. Only one of them can jump at a time. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, that dodge. On purpose.
Oh,
planned. Anyways, back to Larry. What we're going to do is we're actually going to do that timer glitch that we've been doing for a while. Like Pepsi explained, it makes things happen in the background. So as you can see there's a dust pile. I wanted that guy to jump. Oh, so since he didn't jump, I died on purpose there. Still didn't happen. That's terrible RNG. So normally it's like 50-50 on whether they jump on the first cycle. You can pause there to manipulate it to where 2 can jump on the first cycle. And so to get perfect RNG there, it's like a 10% chance or something. But what used to happen is you'd have to wait. It was still like a 10% chance to get good RNG. But the thing is that it was a 3 cycle. So now instead we're getting 2 cycles. It also helps the RNG, even though that was bad. Well, that was fine. That was like, what, 7 cycles, Pepsi?
Yeah, about.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'd take it.
All right, so now we're at end. This is where we're going to finish any percent. Unlike all the other chapters that have 20 levels, this has 5. Normally you have to beat 17 levels at least, which is why we were able to skip a level in Rapture. We beat 19, which is, if you guys are good at math, that is above 17. Just by a little bit. I think 2, is that correct, Pepsi?
Yeah, man.
Thank you. On this one, we have to beat all 5. We can't skip anything. This has a couple tough strats that I'm going to unwisely go for. So this, I'm trying to beat a cycle. So I gotta go really fast at the beginning. And I gotta barely miss this saw. Then I gotta jump before this saw. Nice. And I'm gonna go for this 6-4 strat, which is the actual stupid one. This saves about 1.5 seconds, but it's silly precise. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, am I getting it? Let's not mess this up. All right. You do want to go before those saw blades there. I had to wait. It makes this only like a 1/2 second time save instead of 1.5 seconds, but yeah, you guys can clap for that. Thanks. Yeah, you can clap for that.
That saw, man.
Yeah. This is Omega. This is like when you're first starting speedrunning, I think probably, like for any percent, the hardest level in the run. But after a while, It's not that bad. We skipped a thing there. And so now we're going to go to the final boss, Dr. Fetus. So the story, as it's basically, we have a girlfriend, Bandage Girl. Dr. Fetus hates you, Meat Boy, so he steals your girlfriend and makes you play through a precision platformer in order to get her back. That's a good death. Yeah, you can clap for that.
Oh, yes.
You can clap for that. Gives me more time to explain the story. Actually, I think that's pretty much it for the story. Pepsi, why are there guest characters in this game? Where does that line up in the canon of the game?
Fly Wrench is cool.
I think that's why, yeah. There's like a coolness meter. I feel like if this game came out like 5 years later, there'd be Shovel Knight in it. Because if you guys don't know, there's a barometer of what makes something an indie game is if you have Shovel Knight in your game, it's an indie game. So there's actually only a handful of indie games. Fun fact, there's games like Shovel Knight, of course, Runbow, Ukulele, and of course, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, one of the best indie games out there. Inkling main myself, sometimes Yoshi.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, here's the escape section. Gonna try to do a little thing where I don't bop anything and I just do a jump at the very end. So it's gonna be coming up in a second right here. If you saw, I hit the end or edge of that thing. All right, so I'm gonna make sure to clear the credits there. We clear the. If you just exit during that cutscene, it's as if you didn't beat the boss. So we did it. We beat any percent, guys. A little bit off of my any percent PB, but what can you do? So now we're going to Cotton Alley. As you can see, whoa, we're playing as Bandage Girl. That's cool. I guess Meat Boy got stolen. That's the story of this one. So these are like, there's not much to explain other than these are just hard levels. There's some tricks in them that look harder than they are, particularly these next two levels coming up. Like, it looks like I'm just like death-defying precision. Whoops, I messed that up. But they're actually like easier than a lot of casual strats. But yeah, it's just gonna be platforming. So if you have some donations, now's a perfect time.
We've got a lot coming in. We've got $250 from Gibbon, who says, "Rip and tear through that meat, boy, and keep up the good work, y'all." I want to correct myself, actually, from that Doom Eternal incentive earlier. I said we were $5,000 away. That's the Sunshine Glitch incentive. That's $5,000 away. For Doom Eternal, we're about $38,000 away. But if every single person in chat started donating for it right now, we could make sure we get that game met and played. We've also got, we got to get it. $5 from Mr. Penguin, who says, "KF Discord is behind you, Shred. Get it."
Heck
Can we
yeah,
get a
dudes.
$5 train going for the marvelous Meat Mayhem?
Let's go. $5 train, guys. Let's get it. Also, thank you, Penguin. Much appreciated. Yeah, you can keep going. This is, again,
Absolutely.
just normal stuff.
We've got $5 from Wrath of Bomb. "Thanks to everyone on the front lines, and thanks to GDQ for holding this awesome event. Good luck to all the runners. You are all so amazing." And we've got $10 from Faye Blimp Dragon. "Shout out to those who are fighting this disease. You guys all rock."
Oh, one more.
$20 from Lance 6. Here's $10 each for the Super Mario Sunshine Glitch Exposition and Doom Eternal. Let's get all the incentives met. After all, it's for charity.
It is for charity. All right, messing. This is like the easiest level here. This is one of them. Like, there's 2 levels in this chapter where you just don't want to have a death, and that's one. But hey, it's for a good cause. You know what I mean? All right, this is like my favorite level of the game because there's just so many different skips and things to do, and it really takes advantage of the Meat Boy / Bandage Girl movement. Yeah. Also, guys, you know what I really want in this run? Can we get some Corgi emotes in the chat? For everybody who doesn't have like a normal, like a like a cool corgi emote, just put corgi derp in the chat. Cause shoutouts to corgis. Killing Pepsi, what's your thoughts on corgis? Can I get an opinion real quick?
Honestly,
Yes.
pretty dope dogs.
Pretty dope. I agree. Definitely like the most top tier dog. IMO, IMHO, TBH. They're pretty rad. So like, put some corgis in the chat, guys. It's gonna really help me out. All right, this level is the second like super easy level of the game, and we didn't die to it. Cool. So after this level is 7-20. It's like a pretty easy level in the sense that there's not a hard jump. It's just that if you die, you can lose up to like 35 seconds. So hopefully we don't die. But as long as I got that corgi energy, I should be fine. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the corgis, guys.
Oh, there's so many.
I need more corgi energy. I'm getting to the hard stuff. I need it. All right, chat. I need to know something. This is actually really important because there's one thing like, look, maybe you're not a dog person. All right, cool. Maybe you're not, and that's fine. It's wrong, but it's fine. You know, it's one of those things. But there's dog people are cool. I need to know your guys' favorite dogs. So can you guys like throw a couple donations, maybe like a lot of donations, and tell me your favorite dogs and why it's a corgi, specifically corgis. If it's another dog, that's cool, but hopefully corgis are at least top 5, you know? All right, this is Dark Cotton. It's definitely not the corgis of chapters. I actually kind of dislike it. It's not bad. It's just that a lot of the levels are really long, and there's not a lot of like really cool skips to do outside of like the first 5 levels, and also the first level's really hard. This next level coming up though is fun. This level looks cool because like I'm just jumping in between saw blades. And this one looks like it's hard, but you just jump a few times, then you get it. And then this one is actually like a really difficult strat here. I need to like just barely jump between these purple boys. I think they're called beatuses, like diabetes, I don't know though. But yeah, other than that, what's your favorite dog, Pepsi?
That's a tough one. It'd either be corgis,
Okay.
Pomeranians, or corgis.
That's a good
I'd
top
say.
3. I think corgis are also 2 out of my top 3. Golden retrievers are up there for me. They're cool. Also border collies. Okay, normally I want to hit that going back, but I missed it there. Please? All right. Yeah, do we have any donations? Because now's the perfect time. There's still like a few minutes in this.
Absolutely. When last I checked, by the way, we are getting even closer to that Doom Eternal incentive being met. Still around $37,000 away. If everyone in the chat, we got about 26,000 people watching you right now, Shred. And if all of them donated just like $2, we could meet Doom Eternal right now. Definitely.
If everybody just told me their favorite dog right now, which is important.
Exactly. Send us your dog nations for Dog Eternal. That's what we need.
Also, if you have a dog, I want to know about your dog. Send me a donation about your dog. Because if there's one thing I care about, it's people's dogs.
Let me read one quick donation. $5 from Comrade Jerry. Would really love to see Doom Eternal get shown. Let's put it over the line. Dog donations, please, now.
Dog donations. Okay, this one is like, this level's like you just wait, you skip a couple cycles like right here. But it has a really, oh no, that's fine. I missed the fastest cycle, but there's another cycle skip at the end that is like terrifying. There's a low chance of death, but the death is like 25 seconds long. It's ridiculous. Oh, all right, attempt 2. All right, we got the skip, but it was actually slower than just doing it normally. Yeah, you can clap for that. Oh no.
Always, man.
Right here, I'm trying to land on the edge of this. Okay, I did it that. I'm just gonna not do that. You can normally skip it, like going to the end there by landing on that corner, then doing a jump, but I missed it. So this level is like, I think casually it took me forever, but it's actually like one of the easier ones in this chapter. Same thing with this one right here. This level is like, I don't even know. I definitely looked up how to do it the first time I played through this game. But you actually just go over here and jump.
It's really brutal unless you know this exact strat.
Yeah, with this strat, it's, you know, you're just doing this. Oh gosh. I missed my cycle and I like didn't jump until late, and man, I survived though. All right, I guess I'll use this time. Shout out to like everyone in the Meat Boy. This is actually like my first speed game that I actually took like seriously. I've been watching speedruns for a while. Like I'm sure a lot of people in chat actually. I've been watching GDQ since like SGDQ 2012, and I always, for a long time I thought like, that's cool. I wish that I was as good as video games as those guys. But I never really did it. Like I would watch Super Mario 64 speedruns and think like, wow, this is insane. So I tried some myself once, and I tried for like 2 hours, right? Just doing some cool stuff that I saw. And I thought like, I'm not good at video games. I can't do any of these. Turns out it's not, like when you watch somebody play a speedrun, when they're playing, especially at GDQs, they've played the game for thousands of hours. Like they put in a lot of time. So if you're watching this and you're thinking like, man, I can't play anywhere as good as Shredberg, that's probably not true. Like, I'm sure there's some people who maybe, you know, just whatever, they just can't have the same dexterity or whatever, and that's understandable. But I think a lot of people in chat right now are probably assuming, I even heard a few donations, it's like, man, I could never do what you do. You absolutely can. It is a lot of speedrunning. While there is definitely inherent skill to it, it's a lot of putting in the time. So, like, if you're thinking of a speed game that you want to do, Meat Boy's a really good one, because really, again, you can save a lot of time at the beginning by just not dying. So like, especially any percent, you can like have a goal of 30 minutes, and a lot of people, it takes them like a week to do it, and it's super fulfilling to beat this game in 30 minutes, and then even like 25 and 20 and all of that stuff. It's a really great speed game. So, and the whole community is super nice. I remember when I got into it, Mr. Galaxy, Mate, you know, Warm Ham back, all of them. I'm missing people, but basically everybody was all super nice. It's a like extremely small community for the amount of people that have speedrun this game. The community still feels like it's like a really tight-knit group, so it's really cool. So I really recommend, if you guys are watching this and thinking, what should I do as a speed game, Meat Boy's a good one to at least attempt. All right, so that one, this is a level where like the first 20 seconds is normally tough. Normally once I get past here, I'm good, but I just took a 30-second death on. So hopefully this time is the time. If you have a quick donation, it'd be good.
I have got a lot of donations, a lot of dog nations.
Heck yes, dog. No, okay, you have a lot more time now.
Let me go ahead and say we've got $25 from Domo DMD. It says corgis are the best because I have two of the little borkers. Eowyn and Tony Bark say hi.
Oh, Tony Bark. Heck
$50
yeah.
from Pale Rider. Rip and tear. Also, corgis are cute. I prefer bigger dogs though, cute, like huskies and Alsatians.
That's fine. I respect that opinion.
The Onion Way donates $10, who says Doom. Also pugs. $5 from Gore Grinder. My favorite dog is Doom Eternal.
Oh, that's a good dog. All right, cool. So now we're out of Dark Cotton. Thank God. We're gonna go to Rapture. As if you remember correctly, I left a level here to play. So the reason why is because I want to get Glitch Girl, specifically on a level where there is a warp zone, because if that happens, normally when you finish a warp zone, it spits you out to the level the last level that you played. So let's say you're on 1-1, you get Glitch Girl, you're gonna get spit out to 1-1. So this one has a warp zone. It would actually spit me out to the map space rather than the actual level that I was playing. So instead of me, I played it there twice. Instead of me doing that, I actually would have been able to, yeah, just play through it once. And this is Skyscraper. This is another one where you're first starting running this game. It's like a really scary one, particularly the second level. It's just really long, and if you get a game over, you can lose minutes. It's scary. Oh gosh. How'd that one happen? Pepsi, I need your analysis. How did that one happen?
Oh man, this warp zone is rough.
It's rough.
It's like one of the biggest, like...
Wow. Speaking of rough, do we have any more Dog Nations?
Have so many Dog Nations. We have $100 from Klondike. Says Great Danes are the biggest derps. Love GDQ, love the community. Stay safe, everyone. Let's see, we've also got $10 from Dr. Ram. Top 5 dogs: Corgi, Alaskan Klekai, Corgi, Snoop Dogg. Get that Doom incentive so we can all hug IRL and not worry about COVID anymore.
Heck yeah, Snoop Dogg is one I did not expect, but is a good one. Also like Nate Dogg and yeah, those are also good dogs. You can keep going.
Sure thing. $25 from Crimson. Dog Nation, because corgis are best loaf dogs.
Heck yeah, dude.
$20 from Fosarius. Dog Eternal? Sign me up. Big thanks to GDQ and the runners for getting this done, and to all the heroes on the front lines. $50 from Nuts Tenma. I grew up with German Shepherds, so they'll always be my favorite. But corgis are good too.
German Shepherds are great.
$50 from Desiderius. Let's doom COVID-19. Rip and tear. P.S. Border Collies are god-tier dogs.
They're good. All right, so now I'm going to go through Dark Rapture. This chapter is like 7. I use Nyjah for most of it. There's some later levels that I don't use Nyjah because they are pretty challenging, and I don't really save time with them. It would be faster if I used Nyjah, but Nyjah is just like... So I explained it earlier, and if you just popped in, I'll explain how Nyjah works again. The dash is based off of the position you're facing and then the velocity. So it takes your velocity vector and then it adds another like predetermined vector to it. So you can't just do the same, like be in the same place. You need to also have the same velocity in order for everything to work out. So it's not like Meat Boy where if you jump in the same place every single time you'll be the same. If you dash in the same place with Nyjah, like most of the time it works, but you have to know what your boundaries are. So it's really difficult, and a lot of the later levels of this are real tough. But hopefully we do well. There's actually a clip, like you can use these like blocks that you're going to actually clip through things. It's something that I've been wanting to learn, although I think that you can't do it with Nyjah on that level. Fly Wrench might be able to go back into the run if he can go in there.
Ooh, it can be done with Nyjah. I saw a video of it, but it was not playable.
Missed that. So this one, if you miss the key, it just falls into an abyss and you're dead. So I missed the key there, unfortunately. We get round 2 of this thing where we're just riding an elevator down. This time we gotta not miss a bandage. It's a really easy bandage to get, but it's also a really easy bandage to miss. So I'm glad I didn't. All right. Now it's 5. This level right here, there's a clip on it where you can clip through and go like right to oh gosh. You can go right to Bandage Girl, but it's real tough. All right, so if you see there, Glitch Girl, Bandage Girl's freaking out. This level's a little bit spooky, so there's definitely certain levels I don't want to see Glitch Girl on. This isn't necessarily one of them, but it was. All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can clap for that. Hope I can hear your claps from home. Thanks, guys. Yeah, this is a fun glitch level. It's one of my favorites, I think. There's also like a really cool skip that you can do in there too, but it's like, I don't know, I'm a baby on some of these strats. You can actually do like some crazy stuff. Again, it's what makes 106 such a cool category. All right here I'm gonna try to go up here. So basically this lets me avoid those zombie boys and get all these keys. So you just dash into there.
I don't know if we explained recharging your dash with Nyjah.
Oh no, we
You
didn't.
see like long corridors where you're touching the ceiling, you can just... Normally you can only dash with Nyjah every 10 frames or so, but they kind of override each other when you're in like a narrow hallway or against the ceiling, so it's really nice to just go super fast.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Oh gosh. All right, I should be fine. All right, those zombie boys can be, oh, whoops. So right there, there's 2 buttons to open up that thing, and I pressed it as it was closing, which means that like it didn't do anything. Like the buttons in this game are real funky. Oh, whoops, come on.
JankyFlashGame.com.
That's a dead URL these days, but yeah, there's like oh my gosh, please. Oof. All right. It's like a joke that this game's like honestly not, when you're playing through it casually, it's like not janky at all, but as you speedrun it, you're like, why does things work the way that they do? Like, why is Nyjah floating there? I actually kind of don't know. Well, actually, I do know. There's like a floating state with Nyjah when you hold down sprint, because technically, right, when you do a half of a sprint press, you'll just float. And so if you do auto jump to that, the float just basically like modifies your momentum. Oh, whoops. So since you're jumping up and you're in the floating state, you float up like that. I'm gonna switch to Neepo here. All right, so for the rest of it, it's no, actually, you know what? There's actually a couple things. Like this next level has a bandage that I just like it so much.
You can't use Nyjah on these.
This level's
last
actually
couple
not that bad with Nyjah.
It's just really tough strats.
I don't know. I don't practice it with Nyjah enough. This level is with Nyjah, so we need to carry a rocket, and it needs to hit that, and it just barely did. Oh my god. So cool. That bandage is just a pain, especially casually. I don't know. It's not one of like the hardest bandages casually. It's top 10 for sure though. And there's like this one that has like a hidden bandage that, I don't know. Jump in between rockets. Casually, this one was a pain. But then when you learn the strat, you just kind of jump over stuff. Yeah. I think we probably got time for a couple dog nations. Whoops.
There are so many dog nations. Woo! $25 from Questlove. Who's a good speedrunner? Yes, who's a good speedrunner? You're a good speedrunner.
Oh.
Rip and tear. $100 from Dog Owner. Favorite dog? My dogs.
My dogs are the best dogs. That's actually like a scientific fact.
$25 from an anonymous donator who just says, Snoop Dogg. Got some fans. $10 from Kowai's $5 dog nation from each of my dogs. Boomer, the Alaskan Kleekai, and Kumo, the American Eskimo. They don't like the corgi that lives on our street, but please don't hold that against them.
I won't hold it against them. Sometimes corgis can actually be like really... My dog likes to... He gets mad at other dogs for just like walking... He'll inspect like our front window, and if another dog walks across, oh, he gets so mad. He gets... Like, I'm actually surprised that I have not heard him just like mad barking at people walking in front of my house yet. He's being a good boy. Okay, so that last level, I explained the whole like glitch girl thing on a warp zone level. If I had gotten it on exactly that level, it would save about 20 seconds compared to any other level to get it. Well, actually, compared to any other level at 5-1. But it is incredibly great RNG. It's a huge time save, but it's like a 1% chance or 2% chance of getting it specifically on that level. It's not something you can exactly grind for, especially since, like, no matter what your route, it's like 40 minutes into the run. So there is potential, though, for like a really lucky run to get a lot of time save from it. I know that I've gotten PBs because I got that. One unfortunate thing is there's a guest character that you do use if you have to grind. Runman, who's like definitely a top 3 Matt Thornton character. You can see him right there next to Nyjah in the pause screen, but don't get to use him, so unfortunate. So this is, I think I use 100% Nyjah in Dark Hell. I think it's the only split where I'm using Nyjah the whole time, but there's a lot of skips. Right there, I need to, if you dash while you're going across a corner, you'll get the float momentum. It's a weird glitch, but gotta make sure you dash fast enough. Oh, hello. Also, just a pre-warning, there's another warp zone coming up with flashing lights. So if you're, I'll let you know when it gets closer. It's probably like 30 seconds from now. But if you're sensitive to light, just keep that in mind. Or to flashing lights, I should say.
It's the last one.
Oh, whoops.
I'll for that one.
There's actually a really cool way to get into this warp zone. Whoops. The warp zone, as you'll see, is like expertly hidden. It's like in a very, very rude place. I think that the game designers didn't realize how rude it was, or maybe they did and that was their goal. But look, it's like all the way down there. So this is the warp zone. Flashing lights, just a warning for that. It'll be like 30 seconds.
Didn't even use Commander
What's that?
Video.
No, yeah, he used to be in my route.
Didn't even use Commander Video, man.
But Nyjah is faster for that one. Shout out to the Commander vid. What a great guy. Shouts to Runner 2. Game's amazing. Alright, this one's actually a fun one. The first two are like pretty standard, but this one is supposed to be cycle based, but we're gonna do a bunch of skips so that we're not waiting as longer, and we're gonna make sure to not touch Beige Girl there. Cool. Oh, I actually said this is 100% Nyjah. That's actually, I lied to you. I apologize profusely. I lied on twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. I apologize. I do one level with Meat Boy, oh no. All right, I need to make sure to not miss this bandage. I did a marathon run 2 weeks ago of this for Calithon. Missed the bandage. I ended the chapter, I was like, what the heck? Where was it? We just unlocked Captain Viridian from the hit game, the letter V 6 times. Oh, good grind. However you want to say it.
Oh, nice.
My personal preference is V. Oh wow, this background is weird. I didn't know that it had a background. Yeah. I missed that cycle completely. Whatever. Dark Hell is like the fastest chapter. I actually really like it a lot. I think it's my favorite, just because there's a lot of cool skips. There's a lot of Nyjah. Just a lot of fun, you know? Oh yeah, it does. Absolute
Got a
bopper. Right there, we did that in the light version, but this one has another one where we do a skip. It's got a fun bandage. We're gonna go do a U-turn. If you've never played with Nyjah, like, think of, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, she's really tough. Like right here, there we go. You got to make sure to hit that wall to regain your dash, but you want to be on the left side of it, and it's kind of tough to make sure that you hit it in the right spot. All right, you got it. So the key made the thing go away, and I just landed right where the key had landed. You're supposed to do a dash in between corridors, but it's kind of tough. the game doesn't let you do a dash if you're on a wall. So you only have a couple frames to perform a dash when you're in the middle of a corridor. This level's fun because it would seem like you'd have to like avoid the lasers. I don't know if I've ever died to that saw with Nyjah. But you can just jump over them. There's this one. We gotta watch out for these Moz people. Same thing with this one, but I just take a little stop there. All right, this one I'm gonna go. There's a clip on this one, but it's one of them that the clip's not consistent. Okay, I missed it. Didn't get. Oh, a second try for Vorpal clip. It looks like. Heck yeah. It's called Vorpal clip. I'm the only one who calls it Vorpal clip because he gets it in his PB, and so I just called it that. So everybody now has to call it Vorpal clip because I do. Shouts to Vorpal. This one's a fun one. Normally you'd have to ride this elevator, conveyor, whatever, the whole time, but we're gonna skip that. Fun fact, I'm gonna try to show it off. If I die the second time I do this, I'm gonna not do it. There's 2 bandages, so I collected a bandage. And here's a second bandage right there. I'm not gonna collect it because I missed it the first time. But yeah, it has 2 bandages. So shouts to that level. All right, so we're almost done here with Dark Hell, actually. As long as I don't dash right there. Cool. Good Dark Hell. We're gonna go into Light Salt, or Dark Salt. Excuse me. This actually has a few clips. They're really cool. Starting off with this one, normally you gotta go up and grab a key. But what we're gonna do is we're going to do a super dash. Again, that's a frame perfect dash. Gets you more momentum. Because normally when you dash, there's a bubble that shows up, which slows down your velocity. So it would lower your velocity vector. But if you do it frame perfect, that bubble never shows up. So your velocity that gets added to your dash vector is higher. Hope that makes sense. Again, you really gotta remember your vectors for this. All right, so I'm gonna do a route that I normally don't do, but I think it's cool. It's technically can be faster, just with the route that I do, the RNG just can make you real mad. So this has a warp zone, and you can see Bandage Girl at the beginning, and you can die really quickly. That was fantastic RNG. So what I'm gonna just beat the level here. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. All right. Now we're gonna die. Oh, that was still good RNG, to be honest. Oh God. I don't even know. I'm gonna wait here. No, stop it. I'm so scared. All right, cool. So we're terrifying, guys. Terrifying stuff. All right, so we're gonna beat the glitch level. What you're gonna notice is when we leave the glitch level, please, we're going to be over the top of the. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This level's. Oh my goodness, I'm just gonna die. This is like my least favorite glitch level. It's not a bad level. It's just these rockets control you so hard. And they're trying their darndest. Also, this jump kind of is spooky. All right, we're almost there. Let's go, let's get it. Let's grab this key. Holy crap, guys, grab the key. No! What was that shot? The game knows. All right. Man, I'm so mad. This game's hard. It's a hard game. Well-known fact about Meat Boy. It's challenging. All right, okay, we're gonna grab the key. We're gonna not get hit by a rocket. No. Okay, we're almost there. All right, so look, we're on a map space that's you can clap for that. The warp zone map space shouldn't be there, but it is. It returns us. It's like a wrong warp essentially. This one has like 3 rockets. It's my least favorite of the. Well, actually, that's not true. I already said one was my least favorite. They're all my least favorite. That level, you can get sniped. This level's fun. Because it looks like, oh man, there's walls there. You can actually stand right here. Little known fact. You can do it on the other side too, but yeah. Oh gosh. Invisible floor. I know that watch your back, aka back underscore, knows the reason why that happens, but I always forget. It has to do something with like a weird map property. But who knows? I certainly don't. All right, so now we're gonna go back to Nyjah for pretty much the rest of this. This next level after this is gonna have a real cool clip. Actually, the next like 2 levels after this are real cool. All right, so we're just gonna go in here and we're just gonna do a super dash. Oh no, that was not a super dash. There we go. And now we're gonna just jump through these saws. Cool. Both of those both combined on those levels saves an incredible amount of time. That's probably like 30 seconds of time save. Maybe not 30. Nyjah's pretty fast. Maybe 20, 15, but still a lot of time save. The rest of this is just we're playing as Nyjah and we're going fast. So if you have any more Dog Nations,
they have continued to roll in. So many.
Oh boy.
$5 from BV. Corgis are top dogs, but Basset Hounds are great lap warmers. Shout outs to Mandy Bryant and donation to Doom Eternal Incentive, which has jumped up by quite a lot since last week talked about it. We are now over 25% of the way to getting Doom Eternal met.
Heck yeah, guys.
Speaking of Doom Eternal, $5 anonymous donation says my favorite dog is Isabel from Doom Eternal.
Nice.
$15 from Miss Maggie. Best dog, hands down, is Sophie the dog. She's a Morkie, which is a Maltese Yorkshire Terrier mix, and an A+ pooch. I even got a matching shirt bandana for her and me to wear. She's the best.
That is adorable. That is the best thing I've heard today. I need more of those in my life. Send in your Dog Nations, guys.
Yes, more adorable Dog Nations. $100 from KDW. My favorite dog is an Alaskan Malamute. Good pick.
Dang it. You can keep going.
Sure thing. $5 from Circuit Main. My cat is looking at all the dog comments with a sad look, so I'm donating $5 to Awesome Cats as well. His name is Glitch.
Cats are cool. Shout out to Glitch Cat.
Right? Yeah. $5 from Blastodon. I have a 1-year-old corgi. His name is Potato. He's the best dog ever.
That's a great name for a corgi. All right, so casually, this level, like, the bandage there is... Well, I guess even in the speedrun, the bandage there is tough, but this Nyjah route's not that bad. Please. So the reason why we did this route, if you're an astute person, you might have known that, or might have figured out that I only did 2 warp zones in light salt when we said there were 3 warp zones per light level. That's because we're going to unlock a really cool character from a hit, like it's a, I don't know, maybe you guys have heard of it. It's Minecraft. So we unlocked Steve from Minecraft. He's a cool guy. He can cut through blocks. So normally there's a warp zone where I get to unlock my favorite Matt Thornton character. Normally you have to wait for that for about 10 seconds for the warp zone to pop up, but with Mr. Minecraft you can just open it up early, as you can see here. So we're just going to open up this block, go into the warp zone, and yeah, we go to my favorite Matt Thornton character, Ogmo from the hit game Jumper. Not to be confused with the game or the movie Jumper and the game made after the movie. I think Hayden Christensen was in that movie, I think. It's not the same Jumper. I was a little disappointed when I watched the movie. Heck, that's a bad death. But yeah, Ogmo's a cool guy, so that death is cool because we get to see more of him. Ogmo is the homie, as they say. Or at least I say it. All right, and just I am doing $1 per death, so I think I have collected quite a few of those. So now we're going to Dark Salts. I'm going to do a weird route. Killing Pepsi, can you please explain why I'm going to start here on 6-4?
Yeah. So, like earlier in the run, sometimes when you can see Glitch Girl at the start of the level, or see Bandage Girl, then you can see Glitch Girl at the start of the level, so know that you can actually do the level and get her, and not waste a lot of time doing weird deaths. So, we're doing a weird route going 4, 5, and then going back from 1 to 3, so we can get as much chapter completion as we can, and then start grinding on level 3, which gives us a...
It's like less than 10% chance that we see it while you're playing through.
Chance.
It's very low.
Yeah. The alternative is to go finish all of it and then...
Yeah, which is fine. Like, you can do that and it can be faster for you, but on average, it's like 20 seconds slower. I think last time this was in GDQ, that's what they did. Which makes sense, because some of these levels are, you know, it's dark end, so as you expect, they're kind of challenging. But yeah, it'll make more sense when we're at 6-3, but hopefully I get good RNG. The other day, I was continually dying for 3 minutes. So hopefully it's not 3 minutes of that. Technically on this level, like you can see Bandage Girl at the beginning. The problem with it is that it's a longer death. It's about 2 seconds of death on this level versus like the second or so that it takes on 6-3X. Yeah, but you still have to play through the level either way. All right. Okay. Cool. There's like some trolley jumps at the end of that. All right, so again, right here, we're gonna die until we see Glitch Girl. Yeah. So hopefully it's good. RNG. It's the odds right now are like, if it was an average grind, it's like 23 or so. Because again, it's your chapter completion percentage. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Oh, that's a good grind. Over 2001. So yeah, that's great RNG.
12. It's really nice.
You obviously want it to be like first or second or whatever, but it's really, as long as you're not there for like 40 seconds, it's fine. It's the only part of the run where I really feel like it can cost you your run. Because it's the very end and you can just like lose 30 seconds right there. Yeah, there's not like a maximum value too, so like it's not like, okay, once you play through it 40 times, Glitch Girl will show up. No, it's pure RNG. This level's got a cool skip. Oh no, I missed it. So you want to get right in front of that saw before it shoots, but you can't jump too early because then you'll run into a different saw blade. That right there. Okay, no, I'm just gonna do it. Game over on these, on the glitch levels, like don't mean anything. You just gotta like do some map movement. Yeah, right there. All right, and now we are almost at the end of the, well actually we are at the end of the run. Going into Dark Dr. Fetus. Normally you need to beat 85 dark levels for this. We have beaten all of the dark levels actually, so we have him unlocked. And it's similar to the light version in which I'll have a death. But yeah, it's very similar to the light version, just more saws. And then the cycle skip, because I actually didn't explain this last time. It's actually my pretty big thing. You go over these saw blades, right? And when you're at the very end at this button that you have to press, you'd think like, wait, the saw blades are going past you would die. You have invincibility on buttons. So it allows us to do this trick. I did not know that there was steam coming out of those saws. Yeah, I learned something.
That's neat.
But yeah, so we just get to wait here. But yeah, shout outs to the whole Meat Boy community. Shout outs to Smooth Caramel, Chai Kitty. Shout outs to Ever Hobbs. Shout outs to remembering to move your laundry, because, like, I always forget to move my laundry, and I think there's somebody out there who has not moved their laundry, and they probably should go do that right after this run. Oh no. Shout outs to the band Origami Angel. Shout outs to Killing Pepsi for having me on commentary. And let's get this. Oh gosh, I messed up that strat. Shouts to Corgis and the whole everyone that's part of a Corgi crew. All right, so this is the very end. We also didn't explain. There's like normally you have to go to the right there, but there's like a thing, and that's time. There's like a dev exit for it. Yeah, you can clap for that. All right, cool. So before I'm gonna do it, chat, do you want to guess the amount of times I died in this run? You have like 20 seconds. Before, just guess whatever. I'm going to guess 153. It was kind of a lot. Normally it's like 100. But yeah, that's how many dollars I'm going to be giving is the amount of deaths. But Brownie, as we can see here, he's the boss of Chapter 3. He's actually the main hero of this story. What a guy. Hopefully he's there in Meat Boy forever. Anyways, I'm going to go look at the deaths now, and then we're going to call a run. So thanks, Pepsi, for hanging with me. 149. I was close. Did anyone in chat get it? Did anyone? I assume so. Statistics say that somebody got it in chat. But anyways, thanks guys for having me. Expect a $149 donation later. And have a good one.
Thank you so much for that incredible Super Meat Boy run. Chat, go ahead and give us some claps, will you? I'm gonna do it right here. All right, so let me just read one quick donation here. Let's see. We've got $100 from Knockout Slacks. My miniature schnauzer Spanky made me donate this for Doom Eternal. So we've got Doom Eternal again. We have made some nice headway on getting Doom Eternal met, though we still have a ways to go. And if I'm looking at the schedule correctly here, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 games between now and Doom Eternal. You've got to get those donations in. And we've got a lot. We've got a lot. Sure. So I'm going to send you over to a quick Twitch ad. You guys hold on for just 1 second. We'll be right back. All right, I'm here. We've got some donations for you here at Games Done Quick, powered by Twitch. We've got $149 from Blue Cheetah, who says $1 for each death in Super Meat Boy. This is for the doggos. We've got, let's see, some more donations rolling in here. $10 from Galahad the Corgi. I heard you liked corgis, and that made me super happy. So I told my mom to donate as thanks. Take my money and a butt wiggle from me. And $25 from Status Unquo, who says, destroying games and healing the world. Way to go, GDQ. The world needs you right now. Shout out to Shredberg, who absolutely killed a game that looks like the opposite of a speedrun when I play it. Another shout out to Cartridge Blowers, a great host and one of my favorite people. Much love. Oh, thanks, man. $5 from Alexa Apple. So glad you all have put this together in such short notice. I am in awe of the runners who've got Ori and Doom Eternal runs up already. Let's kick COVID to the curb. Stay inside and wash your hands, everyone. And again, we still want to get that Doom Eternal incentive met. We are, let me go ahead and check real quick. Yep, still only $15,000 into a $50,000 incentive. If you guys can get those donations in, we have got to meet Doom Eternal. I really want to see him rip and tear. I really like ripping and tearing. We've got $5 from No Biology. I've been loving this Meat Boy run. I'm on the Doom Eternal train. $10 from 2D Tones. Hello, streamer. My favorite corgi is the Border Collie. It is truly a god among corgis. Thank you for your great run. $5 from EBD. My favorite dog is a corgi, and my corgi, Jojo, highly approves of this run. And $50 from Paul147. Alaskan Malamutes and Huskies, best dog. I agree, those are pretty good dogs. And it looks like we are just about ready for Cuphead. So